I watch him through your eyes and
Yeah.
through your posts, and I love the guy. I'm
Yeah,
like, this dude's awesome, man. Right?
I,
Like,
you know, he comes
I don't
over.
even know that I listen to his music
Yeah.
that much. Right?
No,
Like,
he'll come over for dinners. He comes over for birthday parties.
I mean, he's a good guy. He looks like a good guy.
He's really funny, and sometimes he's playing. You know, he'll go live and not even tell anyone he's live on, you know, whatever,
That's
Instagram or Facebook. And I'm like shooting the shit with him, and he's live on the air. And then all of a sudden, 30 kids show up at my door because they know where I live,
Right.
and they're like, "Hey, is Kodak here?" Because we see him on live, and I'm like, "Oh, yeah." So like,
goodness.
but you know, he grew up with Lamar Jackson, so like Lamar is also another client of mine, and it's a good vibe. You know, when they're around, it's like Lamar's throwing a football to my son. Like, how often does that happen?
Right.
And like Kodak is on live talking about something, and they're in the house, and we're having, you know, dinner.
That's cool.
Or whatever. And he's just, you know, every artist that I've ever worked with,
Sure.
and I think to be an artist, you need to be slightly off center somewhere, right? To be an artist, a true artist, there are, you know, gives and takes, and everybody has their own kind of like little thing. And you see that in comedy. I mean, you know, some of the best comedy writers, the best comedy guys, you know, all have issues with like depression or issues with, and it's that's what leads them to be great, right? Comedic geniuses.
Right.
So that's all part of it. So every artist I ever dealt with always has that other kind of thing going on. But to me, like Kodak is more than just a client, and a lot of my clients are more than clients. You know, you find there was a movie, I can't remember the name of it. It was like a bounty hunter movie, and the guy's name was Papa, and it was played by Steve McQueen.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm pretty sure it was Steve McQueen. Anyways, so it was Steve McQueen, and he was a bounty hunter, but he became friends with like all the guys he would hunt. Right. And it's like, and they're like, "Hey, Papa, yeah, like I'm going to go to, you know, I'm going." And this is predating Dog the Bounty Hunter. And it was just that type of relationship that you have with, you know, 80% of your clients.
Right.
It wears on you after time because you don't want to see them getting in trouble.
Right.
People are like, "Oh, attorneys just want to make money," you know that. But like when you start, like me, I start having relationships with all of my clients, and you know, seeing their families and knowing them and knowing their backgrounds and seeing where they came from, it really leads itself to you don't want to see them back in trouble. Doesn't matter how much you're going to make.
Right.
You don't want to see them back in trouble. So same thing with like Pooh Shiesty and Kodak, Drake, Little Wayne. I love Wayne. I think he's an interesting guy.